Welcome, young biologists, to a fascinating journey into the microscopic world of cells. Today, we are diving deep into the fundamental building blocks of life to understand the key differences between plant and animal cells. From the basic distinctions to advanced concepts, we'll explore how these two cell types are uniquely adapted to their roles in nature. Get ready to unlock the secrets of cellular diversity across four levels of understanding, starting with the easy and moving all the way to the hardest. Let's begin. Ready to discover the basic differences? Let's start with the easy concepts to build our foundation. Cells are the fundamental units of life. Both plant and animal cells are eukaryotic, meaning they have a true nucleus and other membrane-bound organelles. However, despite these similarities, their distinct functions and environments have led to significant structural differences. For instance, think about how plants stand tall and rigid, while animals can move and change shape. These capabilities are directly linked to their cellular structures. We'll explore these core distinctions, making it easy to grasp the basics of what makes a plant cell and an animal cell. Let's look at some key differences. Plant cells have a rigid outer cell wall, which animal cells lack. This wall gives plants their fixed shape. Plant cells also have chloroplasts, which are green and help them make their own food using sunlight, a process called photosynthesis. Animal cells don't have these. When it comes to storage, plant cells usually have one very large central vacuole, while animal cells have small, temporary ones or sometimes none. You can imagine a plant cell like a sturdy brick house with solar panels, and an animal cell like a flexible balloon. These simple comparisons help us visualize their unique features. Now that we've covered the basics, test your understanding. Here are 3 practice questions to help you recall the key differences between plant and animal cells. Take your time, think about what we just discussed, and see how well you can answer them. Let's step up our game. The medium level will delve deeper into the specific adaptations of each cell type. While both plant and animal cells share common organelles like the nucleus and mitochondria, their unique lifestyles have led to fascinating specializations. Plant cells, being autotrophs, have developed structures like the cell wall, which is a rigid outer layer made of cellulose, providing structural support and protection. They also possess chloroplasts, the green organelles crucial for photosynthesis, converting sunlight into energy. Furthermore, a large central vacuole is characteristic of plant cells, storing water, nutrients, and maintaining turgor pressure, essential for plant rigidity. These adaptations allow plants to thrive by producing their own food and maintaining their structure without external support. Animal cells, on the other hand, being heterotrophs, exhibit different specializations. Lacking a cell wall, they have greater flexibility and varied shapes, which is vital for movement and functions like phagocytosis. They possess centrioles, small cylindrical structures involved in organizing spindle fibers during cell division. Unlike plant cells, animal cells typically have smaller, more numerous, and temporary vacuoles, or sometimes none at all. Lysosomes, rich in digestive enzymes, are also more prominent in animal cells, playing a key role in breaking down waste and cellular debris. These features enable animals to move, respond rapidly, and process ingested food efficiently. Both cell types, however, share essential organelles that carry out fundamental life processes. The nucleus, for instance, controls all cell activities in both. Mitochondria are the powerhouses that generate energy through cellular respiration. Ribosomes synthesize proteins, while the endoplasmic reticulum and Golgi apparatus are involved in protein processing and transport. Understanding these commonalities alongside their unique adaptations helps us appreciate the intricate balance and specialization within living organisms. The key differences are summarized in our table, providing a quick reference to these fascinating distinctions. Time to solidify your knowledge. Here are 5 practice questions designed to test your understanding of the medium-level content. Think critically about the specific functions and structures we've discussed for both plant and animal cells. Ready for a challenge? The hard level will explore deeper analysis and connections to broader biological theories. The fundamental divergence between plant and animal cells stems from their distinct evolutionary paths, driven by their modes of nutrition and interaction with the environment. Plants, as sessile autotrophs, evolved structures like the rigid cell wall, primarily composed of cellulose, which confers immense tensile strength, maintains cell shape, and prevents lysis from excessive water uptake. This wall is also a crucial defense against pathogens. In contrast, animal cells, as motile heterotrophs, lack a cell wall, granting them flexibility for movement, phagocytosis, and complex tissue formation. This structural difference dictates much of their respective cellular behaviors and tissue organization. Chloroplasts, the unique solar factories of plant cells, are organelles containing chlorophyll, essential for converting light energy into chemical energy through photosynthesis. This process is the bedrock of nearly all life on Earth. Animal cells, deriving energy from consuming other organisms, naturally lack these structures. The vacuole also differs significantly. Plants typically feature a single, large central vacuole crucial for turgor pressure and storage, also acting like a lysosome. Animal cells have smaller, temporary vacuoles, with lysosomes handling most degradative functions. Furthermore, centrioles, vital for organizing spindle fibers in animal cell division, are generally absent in higher plants, which employ alternative microtubule organizing centers. Beyond these organelles, intercellular communication also showcases specialization. Plant cells utilize plasmodesmata, cytoplasmic channels that directly connect adjacent cells through their cell walls, facilitating symplastic transport of molecules. Animal cells, however, employ a variety of junctions like gap junctions for communication, tight junctions for sealing epithelia, and adhering junctions for mechanical attachment. These structural and functional distinctions highlight how evolution has fine-tuned cellular machinery to suit the diverse demands of complex multicellular organisms, connecting directly to theories of energy flow and organismal adaptation within ecosystems. Now, let's test your analytical skills. Here are 7 challenging questions that require a deeper understanding of the concepts we've explored at the hard level. Think critically, connect ideas, and articulate your answers clearly. Are you ready to truly master this topic? The hardest level delves into competitive depth, scientific context, and even engineering insights. Let's push our understanding to the limits. The profound differences between plant and animal cells are a testament to their evolutionary specialization, driven by their primary metabolic demands. Plants, as sessile primary producers, developed highly structured cells with robust extracellular matrices and photosynthetic machinery. This contrasts sharply with animals, which, as motile consumers, evolved flexible cell membranes and organelles optimized for ingestion, rapid response, and complex tissue integration. Understanding this evolutionary divergence provides context for the unique cellular adaptations we observe today. It highlights how life adapted to different energy acquisition strategies and environmental interactions over millions of years. The plant cell wall, for instance, is not merely a rigid barrier but a sophisticated biocomposite material. Composed of cellulose microfibrils embedded in a matrix of hemicellulose and pectin, it provides exceptional strength-to-weight ratio, preventing osmotic lysis, regulating cell expansion, and acting as a dynamic defense against pathogens. This bioengineered structure is a marvel of natural design. Similarly, chloroplasts, the sites of photosynthesis, offer a prime example of endosymbiosis. Their bacteria-like DNA and ribosomes strongly support their origin from engulfed cyanobacteria, making them self-replicating organelles crucial for global energy production. This historical context reveals the ingenious mechanisms underlying cellular functionality. The central vacuole in plants is a multifunctional organelle, far beyond simple storage. It's a critical osmoregulator, maintains turgor, stores diverse metabolites, and acts as a lysosome-like compartment for degradation, showcasing incredible versatility. In contrast, animal cells rely on specialized lysosomes. Centrioles, central to spindle formation in animal cell division, are generally absent in higher plants, which utilize diffuse microtubule organizing centers, demonstrating alternative evolutionary solutions to fundamental processes. Intercellular communication also differs. Plasmodesmata in plants allow symplastic continuity, while animals use various junctions for specific adhesion, sealing, and communication. Finally, cellular motility and cytoskeletal organization reflect these differences, with animals exhibiting dynamic movement and plants relying on cytoplasmic streaming due to their rigid walls. These cellular distinctions have profound implications for organismal biology, impacting everything from growth and development to ecological interactions. The plant cell wall's structural integrity allows for upright growth and efficient light capture, while chloroplasts underpin the entire food web. Animal cell flexibility enables complex behaviors, organ systems, and adaptive responses. Understanding these cellular specializations provides a foundational insight into the diversity of life, from microscopic processes to macroscopic phenomena. It's a testament to the power of evolution in shaping biological systems to meet diverse environmental challenges and opportunities, leading to the incredible biodiversity we see on Earth. Now for the ultimate test. These first 5 questions at the hardest level require deep critical thinking, integration of concepts, and application of knowledge. Take your time to formulate comprehensive and well-reasoned answers. Let's tackle the remaining 5 questions. These final challenges will push your understanding even further, requiring you to synthesize information, draw connections, and demonstrate a mastery of the topic. Good luck! And that concludes our in-depth exploration of plant and animal cells. We've journeyed from basic distinctions to advanced evolutionary and functional insights. Remember, the more you understand about these cellular building blocks, the better you'll grasp the complexity of life itself. For more such engaging and comprehensive educational content, visit synapse.omaps.in. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for regular updates and to continue your learning adventure. Keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep learning. See you in the next session.